Everyone is telling you to drink more water as you get older. Your doctor may have told you the same thing. 8 glasses a day. Stay hydrated. Keep sipping throughout the day. But what if I told you that after the age of 60, plain water alone may no longer be enough to truly hydrate your aging cells, protect your collagen, or keep your skin firm and youthful from the inside out? What researchers have quietly discovered over the last several years is something that is shocking millions of seniors once they finally understand it. Because the issue may not be how much water you drink, but whether your body can still hold on to that water at the cellular level. And this changes everything. You see, many people over the age of 60 are drinking water constantly, yet their skin still looks dry. Their wrinkles deepen. Their energy drops. Their joints feel stiff. Their lips crack. Their skin becomes thin, crepey, fragile. They look in the mirror and wonder, why do I still look dehydrated? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could completely transform the way you think about aging, hydration, collagen, and even your morning routine. Scientists are now discovering that aging skin is not simply about getting older. It's about what happens deep beneath the surface, inside the fibroblasts, the collagen matrix, and the tiny hydration systems inside your cells that begin slowing down dramatically after the age of 60. And here is what most people never realize. By the time many adults reach their mid-60s, their cellular hydration retention can decline by as much as 40% or more. Think about that for a moment. Even if you are drinking water throughout the day, your body may no longer absorb and retain that hydration the same way it once did when you were younger. Imagine watering a plant whose roots are damaged. You keep pouring water in, but the moisture never truly reaches where it needs to go. That is exactly what can happen inside aging tissue. And one of the first places this damage begins to reveal itself is your skin. The wrinkles around the mouth, the sagging jawline, the thinning skin on the hands, the dullness in the face, the fine lines that seem to deepen overnight. Most people think this is simply normal aging. But researchers studying skin aging and collagen degradation discovered something fascinating. Much of what we see on the outside may actually begin with microscopic dehydration and oxidative stress happening deep inside the body long before the mirror ever notices it. And once collagen begins weakening, the skin loses its scaffolding, its internal support structure, almost like a mattress slowly losing its springs. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that older skin often looks almost paper thin, fragile, dry no matter how much lotion is applied? That is because collagen is not just about beauty. Collagen is structure, strength, elasticity. It helps hold your skin together, but beginning around age 30, collagen production naturally starts declining. After 60, the decline accelerates dramatically. And this is where things become fascinating, because researchers are now discovering that certain compounds added to water may help support collagen production from inside the body in ways plain water alone cannot. But before I reveal the first powerful ingredient, I want you to understand why this matters so much emotionally, not just physically. Because many seniors begin losing confidence as their appearance changes. They stop taking photos. They avoid social gatherings. They feel invisible. And I've seen this personally with so many patients over the years. One woman I'll never forget was Margaret, a 74-year-old grandmother from Florida. She came into the office exhausted, discouraged, emotionally defeated. She told me, "Doctor, I drink water all day long, but my skin keeps getting drier, my nails break constantly, and I look 10 years older than I feel inside." She had tried expensive creams, collagen powders, even costly cosmetic treatments. But nothing addressed the real issue happening beneath the surface. What shocked her most was learning that hydration is not simply about water volume. It's about absorption, retention, inflammation, circulation, nutrient delivery, and cellular repair. Once she understood that, everything changed. Now, the first thing researchers discovered may surprise you because it sounds incredibly simple. Lemon zest water, not just lemon juice. Lemon zest. The outer peel contains powerful citrus bioflavonoids, especially one compound called hesperidin, which researchers believe may help support circulation, collagen activity, and skin hydration. And this is important because collagen-producing fibroblasts become sluggish with age. Think of fibroblasts like tiny construction workers inside your skin. When you're younger, they work quickly, repairing and rebuilding collagen efficiently. But over time, oxidative stress, inflammation, and nutrient deficiencies exhaust these cells. Scientists even use the phrase fibroblast fatigue. And here is where the story becomes incredible. Studies have shown that hesperidin may help stimulate pathways associated with collagen support while also improving blood vessel function. Why does that matter? Because healthier circulation means more oxygen and nutrients delivered to skin tissue, more nourishment, more repair, more resilience. In other words, the goal is not to trick the skin from the outside, it's to nourish it from within. Now imagine starting your morning not with plain water, but with warm water infused with fresh lemon zest and paired with a small handful of sunflower seeds rich in vitamin E. Suddenly you create synergy inside the body. Vitamin C compounds from the lemon work alongside vitamin E to help reduce oxidative stress damaging collagen fibers every single day. And oxidative stress is one of the biggest hidden accelerators of aging. You've probably heard the term free radicals. But what are they really? Imagine tiny unstable molecules bouncing around inside your body like sparks from a fire. These sparks damage proteins, cell membranes, DNA, and collagen itself. Over time, this damage accumulates. Skin loses elasticity, wrinkles deepen, energy declines, inflammation rises, aging accelerates. And after age 60, your body's natural antioxidant defenses become weaker, making this process even more aggressive. This is why many researchers now believe that targeted hydration is far more important than plain hydration alone. But stay with me because what I'm about to share next may be one of the most overlooked anti-aging minerals for seniors anywhere in the world. And hardly anyone is talking about it. Silica. Most people have never heard of silica when it comes to skin aging. Yet scientists often describe silica as part of the structural backbone involved in collagen formation and connective tissue strength. Without enough silica, collagen architecture may weaken over time. And this can show up as sagging skin, brittle nails, thinning hair, and even reduced skin elasticity. One of the richest natural sources? Horsetail extract. Now, before you dismiss this as some trendy wellness idea, listen carefully. Researchers studying silica have observed something fascinating about connective tissue support. Silica appears to play a role in helping collagen fibers maintain strength and flexibility. Think of collagen like steel cables. Silica helps support the integrity of those cables. Without support, they begin fraying with age. One patient told me something I'll never forget after adding silica-supportive hydration habits into her morning routine. She said, "Doctor, I didn't just notice my skin. I noticed my confidence returning." And that hit me deeply because healthy aging is not vanity. It's dignity. It's feeling alive in your own body again. It's looking in the mirror and recognizing yourself with hope instead of disappointment. And here is the deeper truth nobody explains to seniors clearly enough. Aging is happening at the cellular level long before it appears externally. The body is constantly trying to repair itself, constantly fighting inflammation, constantly rebuilding tissue. But after 60, these repair systems become slower and less efficient. Digestive enzyme production declines. Nutrient absorption weakens. Many supplements simply pass through the body without being properly utilized. That is why timing, absorption, and delivery matter so much more than people realize. In fact, researchers discovered that collagen peptides taken correctly may absorb far better than many seniors expect, especially when consumed in warm water on an empty stomach in the morning. Why warm water? Because digestion begins activating more gently and efficiently, allowing amino acids from collagen peptides to be absorbed more effectively during a time when the digestive system is less burdened. And those amino acids become the raw materials your body uses to help rebuild collagen internally. But here's the catch most people miss. If inflammation remains high inside the body, collagen breakdown may continue faster than collagen repair. And that is where our next discovery becomes absolutely critical. What researchers began uncovering about inflammation and aging completely changed the way many scientists now look at wrinkles, sagging skin, fatigue, and even brain aging after 60. Because the real enemy may not simply be time itself. It may be chronic inflammation quietly smoldering inside the body every single day without you even realizing it. And this is where things become deeply concerning, because many seniors are living with what experts now call inflammaging, a slow-burning inflammatory process that accelerates tissue breakdown, damages collagen, weakens cellular repair, and speeds up biological aging from the inside out. Most people never feel inflammaging directly. It does not always announce itself with pain. Instead, it whispers through the body slowly over years. The skin loses its glow. The jawline softens. Recovery becomes slower. Energy fades. Fine lines deepen. The brain feels foggier, and many people assume it is simply getting old. But stay with me because what shocked researchers was discovering that some of these processes may actually be influenced by the way we hydrate, nourish, and protect our cells every day. One of the most exciting discoveries involves something called molecular hydrogen water. Now, I know that may sound futuristic, but listen carefully because the science behind this is fascinating. Molecular hydrogen is an extremely tiny antioxidant molecule capable of penetrating deep into cells where oxidative stress occurs. Researchers studying aging and inflammation became interested in hydrogen because it appears to act as what scientists call a selective antioxidant. In simple terms, it may help neutralize some of the most damaging free radicals without disrupting beneficial cellular signaling that the body still needs. And this matters tremendously after 60 because oxidative stress becomes one of the major accelerators of collagen destruction. Imagine your collagen fibers as ropes holding your skin firm and resilient. Now imagine years of oxidative stress acting like invisible scissors slowly cutting through those ropes day after day. Eventually the structure weakens, skin sags, wrinkles deepen, tissue becomes fragile. But what fascinated researchers studying molecular hydrogen was its potential ability to help reduce some of this oxidative burden at the cellular level. A study involving older adults observed improvements not only in markers related to oxidative stress, but also in energy and overall vitality. And those are not small improvements. Those are life-changing shifts for people who thought aging automatically meant decline. One gentleman I spoke with, Robert, 71 years old from Arizona, told me he felt like his body had been rusting from the inside. His skin looked tired. His energy was collapsing by midday. He drank water constantly but still felt dry and depleted. Once he began combining structured hydration with antioxidant support and anti-inflammatory nutrition, he noticed something remarkable within weeks. Not perfection, not magic, but resilience returning. His skin looked healthier. His eyes looked brighter. Even his morning stiffness began improving. And emotionally, that gave him hope again. I want you to remember this because it is one of the most important truths in this entire conversation. Aging cells are not dead cells. Many are simply stressed, inflamed, dehydrated, or nutritionally deprived. And when you begin supporting those cells properly, the body often responds in ways that surprise people. Now here is where the story becomes even more fascinating. Scientists studying aging discovered that collagen decline is not happening in isolation. It is deeply connected to something called telomeres. Telomeres are protective caps located at the ends of your chromosomes. Think of them like the plastic tips at the ends of shoelaces that keep them from fraying. Every time your cells divide, telomeres gradually shorten. As they become critically short, cells lose function and may enter a state called senescence. These are often referred to as zombie cells. Cells that no longer function properly but continue releasing inflammatory chemicals into surrounding tissue. And this may help explain why aging can sometimes seem to accelerate suddenly after 60. It is not just one system failing. It is a cascade. Inflammation rises, collagen repair weakens, cellular communication declines, oxidative stress increases, senescent cells accumulate, and the body slowly loses its ability to maintain youthful tissue integrity. But then researchers began studying certain plant compounds associated with longevity and cellular regeneration. One of the most discussed was astragalus root, a traditional herb used for centuries in Chinese medicine. Scientists became interested because compounds within astragalus, especially cycloestrogenol, appeared linked to activation of an enzyme called telomerase. Telomerase is involved in helping maintain telomere length. And while the science is still evolving, the implications captured enormous attention in the anti-aging world. Now let me be very clear. This is not about chasing immortality or pretending aging can be stopped completely. That is not realistic. But supporting healthy cellular aging, reducing unnecessary damage, improving resilience and quality of life, that is where the real hope exists. One elderly woman named Helen, age 78, shared something emotional with me after slowly rebuilding her morning routine around hydration, anti-inflammatory nutrition, collagen support, and herbal teas like astragalus. She said, "For the first time in years, I feel like my body is working with me instead of against me." And I think so many seniors understand exactly what she meant. Because there comes a point where people stop chasing beauty and start chasing vitality. They want their skin to feel healthier, their joints to move easier, their mind to stay sharper, their body to feel alive again, And here is what most people never realize about collagen. It is not just about wrinkles. Collagen exists throughout the body, in blood vessels, tendon, cartilage, skin, bones, even parts of the digestive tract, which means protecting collagen may influence far more than appearance alone. This is why omega-3 fatty acids became another major focus for researchers studying aging and inflammation. EPA and DHA, the powerful fats found in fish oil and certain marine sources, appear to help reduce inflammatory cytokines associated with tissue breakdown and accelerated aging. And when inflammation decreases, collagen preservation may improve as well. One university-backed analysis found that individuals with higher omega-3 intake often showed healthier aging markers and lower inflammatory burden over time. Again, these are not miracle claims. This is about supporting the body's natural repair systems instead of overwhelming them with chronic inflammation. Now imagine combining all these pieces together. Warm morning hydration, lemon zest rich in hesperidin, silica support for connective tissue, collagen peptides delivered when absorption is strongest, antioxidant protection from molecular hydrogen, anti-inflammatory omega-3 support. Suddenly, you are no longer just drinking water. You are creating an environment inside the body that supports cellular repair, resilience, and healthier aging. And this is where many seniors begin noticing something surprising. Their skin does not simply look different. They begin feeling different emotionally, more hopeful, more motivated, more confident. Because when your body starts responding positively again, it changes your entire mindset about aging. But stay with me because in the next part, I'm going to reveal the hidden reason why so many supplements fail after the age of 60, and the simple timing mistake that may be preventing your body from absorbing the very nutrients your collagen desperately needs. There is something happening inside the aging body that almost nobody explains clearly to seniors, and once you understand it, you may never look at supplements, hydration, or even your breakfast routine the same way again. Because many people over 60 are spending hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on vitamins, collagen powders, anti-aging creams, and miracle products. Yet their skin continues aging, their energy keeps declining, and their body still feels exhausted. And the hidden reason may not be the supplements themselves. It may be absorption. You see, after the age of 60, digestive efficiency often begins declining dramatically. The stomach may produce less acid. Digestive enzymes may decrease. Nutrient breakdown becomes less efficient. Even circulation to the digestive tract can slow with age. And this creates a problem that frustrates millions of seniors without them realizing it. Nutrients can only help the body if the body can actually absorb and use them. And this is where things become fascinating because researchers studying aging discovered that bioavailability may be just as important as the nutrient itself. In other words, timing, pairing, and delivery method can determine whether certain compounds truly reach your cells or simply pass through the body unused. Let me give you an example. Many people take collagen peptides randomly during the day with heavy meals and expect dramatic results. But researchers studying amino acid absorption notice something interesting. When collagen peptides are taken in warm water on a relatively empty stomach, especially in the morning, absorption may improve because digestion is less overwhelmed. Think about rush hour traffic versus an empty highway. Nutrients moving through an overloaded digestive system compete with everything else being digested. But during calmer digestive periods, the body may absorb those amino acids more efficiently. And those amino acids matter because collagen production depends heavily on specific building blocks like glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline. Without enough raw material, fibroblasts cannot effectively rebuild collagen tissue. It is like asking construction workers to rebuild a damaged house without giving them bricks, wood, or tools. Now imagine combining collagen peptides with vitamin C-rich lemon zest water. Suddenly you create nutritional synergy, because vitamin C is essential for collagen formation itself. Without sufficient vitamin C, collagen fibers become weak and unstable. That is why severe vitamin C deficiency historically caused tissue breakdown and poor wound healing. The body literally could not maintain healthy collagen structure, and this is why many researchers now emphasize combinations rather than isolated nutrients. The body functions through partnerships, systems, communication. One nutrient supports another. One compound enhances absorption of another. Aging is not a single problem requiring a single solution. It is a network of interconnected processes. One patient I remember vividly was Diane, 69 years old from Ohio. She told me she had tried nearly every collagen supplement on the market: powders, capsules, drinks, gummies. Yet nothing changed. Her skin remained dry, her nails brittle, and she felt discouraged and skeptical. But after restructuring her routine around absorption instead of quantity, something shifted. She began taking collagen peptides in warm water first thing in the morning, alongside citrus bioflavonoids and anti-inflammatory nutrition while reducing highly processed inflammatory foods. Within several months, she noticed her skin becoming more supple, her nails stronger, and even her hair appearing healthier. But what affected her most emotionally was this sentence she told me during a follow-up visit. "I finally stopped feeling like my body was betraying me." And I think many people listening right now understand that feeling deeply, because aging can sometimes feel like losing control over your own body. Looking in the mirror and seeing changes you never expected. Feeling your confidence slowly erode. Wondering if the best years are behind you. But here is what I want you to remember. The body is incredibly adaptive, even later in life. Even after decades of stress and inflammation, cells continue communicating, repair mechanisms continue functioning. The human body constantly fights to survive, heal, and restore balance. It simply needs the right support. Now here is where the conversation becomes even more powerful. Scientists studying skin aging discovered that hydration itself may influence fibroblast behavior. Remember those fibroblasts we talked about earlier? The tiny cells responsible for helping maintain collagen and connective tissue. Researchers observed that dehydrated environments impair fibroblast efficiency. In simple terms, dry tissue becomes less capable of repair. Think about a dry sponge versus a hydrated sponge. One becomes brittle and stiff. The other remains flexible and resilient. Your skin behaves similarly at the microscopic level. And this may explain why some seniors notice rapid aging during periods of chronic dehydration, stress, illness, or poor nutrition. The body shifts into survival mode. Repair becomes secondary. Collagen production slows. Inflammation rises. Tissue quality deteriorates. But then scientists began exploring another major aging accelerator that many people overlook entirely: blood sugar spikes. This is critical because excess sugar in the bloodstream can trigger a process called glycation. Glycation occurs when sugar molecules attach to proteins like collagen, damaging their structure and flexibility. Imagine pouring sticky syrup over elastic fibers until they become stiff and fragile. That is essentially what glycation does to collagen tissue over time. Researchers now believe glycation may contribute significantly to wrinkles, sagging skin, and loss of elasticity. And here's the emotional part most people never hear. Some of the visible signs people blame on old age may actually reflect decades of inflammation, oxidative stress, dehydration, and glycation quietly damaging tissue beneath the surface. Which means healthier aging is not only about genetics. Daily habits matter enormously. Small decisions repeated consistently can shape how the body ages over time. The glass of nutrient-rich hydration in the morning, the anti-inflammatory foods, the collagen support, the omega-3 intake, the antioxidant protection, the improved sleep, the gentle movement. These habits may seem small individually, but together they create a biological environment that either accelerates aging or supports repair. And this is where I want to pause for a moment and ask you something sincerely. Have you noticed changes in your skin, energy, or recovery that seem to happen almost suddenly after 60? Have you ever felt frustrated because you were doing everything right, yet your body still felt older than it should? Tell me in the comments below, because so many people silently experience this and think they are alone when they are not. One of the most emotional conversations I ever had with a patient came from an 81-year-old man named Frank. He looked at me and said, "Doctor, I know I'm getting older. I accept that. I just don't want to feel like I'm disappearing." That sentence stayed with me because healthy aging is not about pretending to be 25 again. It is about preserving vitality, dignity, confidence, and quality of life for as long as possible. And the good news is that modern research increasingly supports the idea that the body remains responsive even later in life. Cellular repair may slow, but it does not vanish completely. Fibroblasts may weaken, but they still respond to proper nutrition and hydration support. Inflammation may rise, but lifestyle interventions can still reduce inflammatory burden significantly. And this brings us to one of the most important final revelations of all, because in the next part, I'm going to show you how simple morning rituals may influence not only your skin and collagen, but your energy, brain health, inflammation levels, and even the way you emotionally experience aging itself. There is a moment that happens for many people after the age of 60 that nobody really prepares them for. It is not just the wrinkles, not just the thinning skin or the gray hair. It is the quiet feeling that the body is slowly drifting away from them. The energy is not the same. Recovery takes longer. Confidence begins fading. They stop recognizing themselves in the mirror. And over time, many people start believing there is nothing they can do about it. That decline is inevitable. That the body simply wears out, and there is no point trying anymore. But what if that belief itself is one of the most dangerous myths of aging? This is why morning routines matter far more than most people realize. You see, the first hours after waking create a biological environment that influences hydration, inflammation, circulation, digestion, hormone balance, and even cellular repair mechanisms throughout the rest of the day. Yet many seniors begin their mornings already dehydrated. Coffee first, little water, minimal nutrients, high stress. And over time, that pattern compounds silently. Now imagine something different. Imagine beginning the morning with warm hydration infused with fresh lemon zest, collagen-supportive nutrients, and anti-inflammatory compounds instead of plain empty hydration alone. Imagine nourishing the cells before the day's stress even begins. Imagine supporting fibroblasts, circulation, antioxidant defenses, and collagen formation at the exact time your body may be most receptive to absorption. This is not about chasing perfection. It is about creating conditions inside the body that favor repair instead of breakdown. And this is where things become deeply emotional for so many people, because healthy aging is not merely physical. It changes the way people feel about themselves. When the skin becomes healthier, when energy improves, when inflammation decreases, people often begin reconnecting with life again. They start going out more, smiling more, feeling seen again. Hope returns. One woman wrote to me after slowly adopting many of these habits over several months. She was 76 years old and had spent years believing aging meant inevitable deterioration. She told me, "Doctor, I know I still have wrinkles, but now my face looks alive again." And that sentence captures something profound that science alone cannot fully measure. Sometimes people are not searching for youth. They are searching for aliveness. But the body is not passive in this process. Every single day, your cells are responding to the environment you create internally. The foods you eat, the hydration you provide, the inflammation you reduce, the antioxidants you consume, the nutrients you absorb, the sleep you prioritize, the stress you carry, the movement you maintain. Small daily choices become biological signals telling the body either to repair or simply survive. And this is why compounds like hesperidin from lemon zest, silica support from horsetail, collagen peptides, molecular hydrogen, omega-3 fatty acids, and astragalus root compounds attracted so much scientific attention. Not because they reverse aging overnight, but because they may support the systems the body already uses to protect itself. This is one of the greatest misunderstandings in modern wellness culture. People search for magic bullets, instant transformations, one miracle cure. But healthy aging rarely works that way. The body responds to consistency, to synergy, to habits repeated gently over time. And perhaps that is actually good news, because it means it is never too late to start supporting your body differently. I want you to remember that no matter your age, 70, 80, even beyond, your body is still listening to what you do each day. Your cells are still responding. Your brain is still adapting. Your tissues are still attempting repair. And while none of us can stop time completely, we may be able to influence how gracefully and vibrantly we move through it. So let me ask you something before we finish today. What is one habit you could begin tomorrow morning that your future self would thank you for? Maybe it is hydrating properly. Maybe it is reducing inflammatory foods. Maybe it is becoming more consistent with nutrition. Maybe it is finally believing your health still matters. Tell me in the comments below, because I truly do read the comments on this channel, and your story may inspire someone else who feels discouraged right now. And if this video helped you better understand what may truly be happening inside your body as you age, share it with someone you love. A parent, a spouse, a friend who has been struggling silently with fatigue, wrinkles, inflammation, or loss of confidence. Sometimes one piece of information can completely change the direction of someone's health journey. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join our growing community focused on living healthier, longer, and stronger together. And until next time, this is Dr. Alan Mandell reminding you that it is never too late to start taking care of the body that has carried you through your entire life.